going on, people? Welcome to another one of Chris's beer reviews. I got a treat for you, and I'm saying this because I'm a huge Southern Tier fan. I went on to lcbo.com 2 days ago to see if maybe there was a Southern Tier in Toronto that I haven't tried, and there was nothing new. And then the next day, I get a call from my buddy. He's an ambassador at an LCBO in Toronto, and he gave me the insight. He said, "Dude, I got a whole bunch of beers in my store that you've never even seen before, and you got to come pick them up. Some of them are limited edition." I've checked the LCBO website since, and the inventory is still not updated. I am the first one in Toronto for 2011 to review the Southern Tier Imperial Gemini. This one's really cool looking. It says that it's an extra strong beer. It's a 650 milliliter bottle at 9.1% ABV, alcohol by volume. Now, for those who aren't familiar with Southern Tier, regardless of the high alcohol content, it's very, very common for Southern Tier to have a high alcohol content beer that does not taste like alcohol. It masks it like no other. Now, Chad's beer reviews, I saw your re-review Pumpkin beer review for Southern Tier, and I noticed that you found that after maybe about 4 months or so of aging that they become a little bit more boozy. This is fresh. This is as fresh as it could be, so I'm not expecting any booze. Now you can tell how cold it is just by maybe not. Maybe not. Whatever. It says that you're supposed to have it at 5.5 degrees Celsius. That's basically what it's at right now. It also says that it should come in a tulip glass. But I don't have a tulip glass, as I've explained to you all before, so I'll be using this like chalice / gobbler type of glass. So, before I get to the interesting stuff, I'm going to read to you one of the infamous back labels of a Southern Tier beer. It says, "High in the winter sky, 2 parallel stick figures are visible. They're known as the Twins, or the constellation Gemini. The astronauts of the 1960s flew as teams of 2 in a program named after the celestial pairing. 50% unfiltered hop plus 50% unearthly." So they have an unearthly beer and they have a unfiltered hop beer, and this is a mix of the two put together. At Southern Tier, we have our own fraternal twins, hop and unearthly, blended together, a place in this vessel. The mission of our Gemini is to travel high and take passengers on a journey far into the heavens. SouthernTierBrewing.com. So that's cool. You know, the Gemini horoscope sign says that, it's a two-faced, your average Gemini is a two-faced person. They have like 2 different personalities. So you have the Southern Tier unearthly beer, which I've never tried, and you have the Southern Tier hop, like extra hop beer, which I have never tried. So let's see if I can, pick out the 2 of them in this bottle. Once again, your typical Southern Tier cap. Right before I open it up, I'm just going to do a little roundabout. Alright, I'm done with my elevator music. But that's about it. Southern Tier Imperial Gemini. Alright. Pop this baby up. Oh! Holy jumping. That's a lot of smoke, a lot of pop, and a lot of hop. Alright, people. Let's give this beer a shot. I'm expecting reasonable head. Now this should be split between 2 people. I forgot to mention that this is a $9 beer. James, I know you are a huge hoppy beer fan. I haven't even tasted this yet, but I'm telling you, you're going to love it. Yeah, all I get is like hops, 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 hops. I can't pinpoint, maybe it's a grassy hop or a peaty hop. Actually, I'm sorry. What I meant by grassy, I meant like a piney hop. That seems to be what I'm getting at here. Now, it is extremely hard to mask a 9.1 ABV beer. This probably tastes like a 7. So they're doing pretty good. I'm going to stick with my immediate observation. Forgot to mention, it's got a nice, kind of like a pumpkin color. Looks just like their pumpkin. Very, very good though. Very interesting. I'd buy it again for sure. Now, we have very tiny bubbles in this beer. I don't want to say that they're soapy. A lot of beer reviewers out there, I'm not bashing you whatsoever. I personally don't ever like to consider the head in my beer to be soapy, because I was one of those victims of childhood who had to eat, who was forced to eat a bar of soap because of swearing. Promise you, it wasn't my parents. It was someone. And for me to even like insinuate that a beer could have like a soapy anything to it, just like makes the beer disgusting to me, because I never ever in my life want to drink anything that reminds me of that eating soap experience. Ugh. And back in the day when I was eating that soap, that's when you didn't have all natural soap. It was all chemicals and chemicals and chemicals. Ugh. Ugh. I can't get that taste out of my mouth. Anyway, here, I'm going to give you an example of how creamy this head is. Take a look at the top. I'm not usually very good at this. Oh, here it goes. Here goes. Here goes. Wicked. Wicked, wicked head. Yeah. My apologies. Somebody out there said to me, Chris, you try to hold your burps in too much. Why don't you just let them out? So, this tier is for you. Forgive me. Went down the wrong tube a little bit there, but I maintained my composure. Yeah, for people who don't like hops, do not buy this beer, because it is hop, 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 hop in your face. Very hoppy beer. I heard that the unearthly Southern Tier beer is also hoppy on its own. So you have a unfiltered hop and an unearthly hop combined to make what is it now? Double, triple hop? It's not on the label. I prefer their Gemini explanation. Phenomenal. You know what? There was something on the side here. I wasn't sure. Yeah, it just said that the ingredients was water, barley, hops, and yeast. Now, I don't taste the barley. The last beer review that I did, I think I said had a barley texture, but not necessarily the barley taste. It's probably the same deal with this. Now, it's hard to say, because a barley texture usually takes away from the head and the lace. We got lace going on here, we got head going on here, so it literally is just a barley like texture, like on your tongue, on your palate. So I wore this green shirt today to be a little bit earthly for everybody. Again, Dave, thanks again for your Israel Defense Force shirt that he got when he went to Israel. Everybody, this is going to be a while. I'm going to pour me the rest of this glass, and I'm going to enjoy it as it's cooling down, because this beer review is getting a little too long for the average audience out there. So everybody, cheers. Thanks again for enjoying me. Or, not enjoying me. Thanks again for joining me. Alright, people? Until then, don't drink and drive, but drink responsibly.